morning, Wunda fam. Happy Sunday fun day from the comfort of our own homes. Today we're going to have a quick moment just to talk about another thing we can do to increase positivity in our life. So we're going to talk about can is greater than can't. So right now it's very easy to focus on what you can't do. You can't go out, you can't go visit your grandma, you can't, see your friends, you can't have a happy hour. But what we can do is we can spend some time together this way. We can move our bodies. We can read a book. We can spend time with our kids that normally might be very distracted and hard to do. So there's lots that we can do. So I challenge you today when you find yourself feeling like, I can't do this, I can't do this, I want to do this, I can't do it. Instead, think about what you can do. So let's get started on our workout now. I'm realizing that I need to fix my camera real quick. Hang on one second. Trying to get you guys a good angle. No crew here, it's all me. So I can do it all. All right, guys, let's get started. We're going to do no props today. So let's start with the plank because we can. All right, hands come wide at the top of the mat. Step your feet back into 4 inches apart, parallel position, and hold and breathe. Collarbones are wide. Think about creating a beautiful long diagonal in your body. That means we're not going to pop the hips up, and we're also not going to hang down and compress the low back. So find your best diagonal. If that's aggressive, you can always come to your knees and hold a plank here. Do what works for your body and what you can do today, not what everyone else is doing, what you can do. Collarbones are wide, arms are long. Send a little bit of an inhale to the elbows. So I don't need to see a bend like this that is visible from the outside, but we also don't want to dump into the joint and lock into it. Find a nice little sweet spot in between. Guess what? You can continue to hold this plank, and so can I. Keep working it out, guys. Breathing, collarbones are wide. 8, 7, 6. Lift away from those wrists for 4, 3, 2, and bring the knees down. All right, let's go right into a little mermaid sweep. So we're going to sit onto your right hip. Legs are folded in a half lotus position. Both of the legs are folded, but they're not hooked. So my left leg is behind my right foot. Okay, so from here, we're going to take both forearms down onto the mat. If that's not achievable for your hip, you can always come onto your hands rather than forearms. Ready? Exhale, holding here. Inhale, rise up and rotate. Exhale, lower back down. I'd like you to focus on using your core to lift rather than pushing from your hands. Your hands and arms should feel really light the whole time. It's your deep abdominals lifting you and rotating the ribs to rise. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise and rotate. It's not the arms swinging, it's the ribs rotating you down to the floor and up to the center. Hold the next one here. You have options. You can float the arms up and out at a wide V. If you need support, right hand goes down. What we're going to do is load the weight into the right hip. Now my left knee and left foot and left leg are off the floor. We want to lean as little as possible. You're going to lean some. That's okay. Now we're going to swivel from the top of that thigh bone. Swivel forward. Foot does not touch the floor. Both sitting bones on your booty touch the floor. Here we go. Swivel that femur head back. And then bring it onto both sitting bones. So we're lubricating the hip, improving functionality as we tone and sculpt. You can take the arms out to the side if that's aggressive on your shoulders. You can sit on a yoga block as well under your right hip. I know we're not requiring props today, but if your hip has a little bit of tension in it or it's not feeling great, you can always lift yourself up. You can use phone books, whatever you need to. Just get yourself off the floor a few inches. Swiveling through the hip, keeping lots of control through the waistline. Lots of length on all sides of the body. Last 3. Last 1, hold it back. We're going to arc over and bring it to start. Arc over and bring it to start. My left leg is still off the floor. That glute med is on fire. Last 2. And last 1, bring the leg down. All right, 2 hands come onto the mat. We're going to go into a Wunda twist. This is one of my favorites on the machine and the floor. So we're going to take our hands onto the mat. Step your feet 4 inches apart parallel, just like we started. Right foot comes in front of the left. So now we're in a twisted plank position. Pelvis is shining towards the side of the mat. Shoulders are forward. Inhale with a flat back. Lengthen and reach into a pike position. Now my pelvis and my shoulders are in the same direction. And then we're going to unwind back to the twisted plank. Reaching up and back. That's an inhale. Exhale as you bring it back to the twisted plank. Keeping the shoulders off of the ears. Keeping the elbows with that breath. Keeping your heart in between the shoulder blades. Something really interesting happening with your bones as you rise. Your right inner thigh spirals forward and your left inner thigh spirals back. The reason I mention it is that's how we access our TA, our transverse abdominis. If you find those inner thighs spiraling in opposition, you'll find deeper core effort. So as you go up and back, right inner thigh swivels forward and left inner thigh swivels back. This is the last one, full range of movement. Hold in your twisted plank, 1 inch up and back. It's tiny. You're gonna feel a focus through the deep low belly, right about here. So keep doing that little 1 inch up and back. Keep it tiny. Level out the weight in your hands. Try not to dump into the right shoulder and right arm only. I say it because I was doing it. Last 3. Find length, last 2. And bring it all the way in. All right, you guys, we're gonna do some archetypal postures this morning. That means what we used to do before we had chairs and beds and things that brought the floor to us. So we're gonna take a nice wide stance with our feet, and we're gonna do an archetypal squat or lunge just with our right leg, okay? So the left leg is gonna stay long, and we're gonna do a very deep bend to the right knee and hip crease. So you can stay here if this feels good to you, and this is your challenge today. Go as low as you can. Make sure your right knee is aligned with your big toe, second toe. I'm gonna layer on a little more challenge. I'm lifting my left toes up, and now I'm holding and balancing. You can go a little more deep, and you can peel your right heel up. Now my right hip is very deeply flexed, and I have my heel and my booty really close together. You can hold the floor for balance, or you can try a balance challenge. So there's lots of variations of this pose. The idea is to get you real close to the floor and to allow for deep flexion through the hip, through the knee, and through the ankle. We want to keep the spine as upright as possible. If you are bowed forward to touch the floor, just allow for length in the spine while you work. I feel a deep stretch through the left inner thigh. I feel a deep stretch, of course, through the right hip. This is not for your right knee. You can come up a bit higher. Do what you can do today. Holding and breathing, isometric challenge. Let's do 6, 5, 4, 3. We're gonna lunge, plie, repeat in 2. And everyone bring your hands to the mat. Slowly rise up, and 2 feet are wide in the center of your mat. My feet are turned out, but watch that you don't come all the way out into a very wide turnout like this. We want to be about 45-degree angle. Hands come onto our hips. We're going to exhale, lower into a plie. Inhale as you rise up. Keep working. I'm going to show you from a profile what a plie is. So we're going to exhale as we lower down. Notice that my shoulders stay stacked over my hips. Inhale to bring it up. We don't want to bow forward. That would be a squat. Sometimes we ask for it. Today I'm asking for a plie. Torso is upright. Exhale as you lower down. Inhale, bring it up. A few more there just to get the hang of that movement. Extra cardio challenge. Your arms can always go overhead. On this next one, we're going to rise on an inhale. Swivel to the side of the mat. Doesn't matter which side. Exhale as we lower down. This is my right leg forward. Inhale up and over through that plie. Exhale, lower down. Inhale the other direction. Now my left leg is forward. Exhaling down. Inhaling up and over. Exhaling down. So we want it to be nice and fluid. Swiveling on the balls of the feet. Inhale as we rise. Exhale down through that plie. Inhale to rise. Exhale through that plie. Keeping the abs really active, guys. That's why we ask for an inhale on the rise. Ribs float off of the hips, hips float off of the legs. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, bring it down. Good, you guys. So yesterday I gave a little shout out to the UK and Israel. Today I'm going to give a little shout out to Brazil and New York. We have so many fabulous people from all over the world joining with us. I'm super happy to see you. And I'm really happy to be doing this with you. Let's hold the next plie. Hold and breathe. I'm going to take my hands to the hips. You can keep your arms up and out if you choose. What we're going to do is pattern through the feet for foot rolls, improving ankle, knee, and hip functionality. All right, here we go. We're going to peel the right heel up by about 2 to 3 inches. Don't pop all the way under the toes. And then with intention, think about your bones reaching through the floor as your muscle pants draw up. You should feel like an oppositional reach. All right, left side, left heel peels up. Pelvis doesn't move. Think about the bone going down as the muscle pants come up. Right side, right inner thigh picks up the heel. Bones go down, muscles come up. All right, here we go, left side. And set it back down. Again, left side. Oh, it's Sunday, you better wake up. And put that heel back down. Left side again. Oh my God, now it's just a game. Pay attention, guys, here we go. Right side. And imprint the heel back down. Left side. And send it down. Right side. And send it down. Right inner thigh picks the heel up again. And set it down. Both heels up. Both. Oh my gosh. Use a counter or a chair next to you if you need to. Hold and breathe. 8. Heels are up. All 10 toes are melting in the floor. Belly button is up and in. For 4, 3, good news, don't go anywhere. Lower your heels 1 inch. They're still off the floor. Hold and breathe. For 5, 4, 3, don't go anywhere. Pelvis lowers 1 inch. Sitting bones broaden. Heels are still up. 5, 4, 3, 2, heels go down. Inhale, gather, rise up. All right, you guys, let's get that archetypal lunge done on the other side. So we're going to stay in this nice wide stance. We're going to bend the left knee a lot. I'm in turn out with both legs. Okay, so if this is a good starting pose for you, stay here. You can also come higher, right? So if this is aggressive, just do the lowest lunge you can in turn out, okay? From here, I'm going to pick up my left heel and my right toes. That allows me to sink really deeply into the left hip crease. I have a little trick left hip, so I'm going to kind of come down and up with balance, challenging myself, doing what I can do, not worrying about matching what I did on the right side, which is a more stable joint in my body, all right? So I'm going to glue my eyes to something ahead and challenge my balance, do what I can do today, do what you can do. Whoa, it's super wobbly up here for me. Last 8, last 7, touch down at any point if you need to. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring both hands down, bring both knees down. Let's get that mermaid done on the other side. So we're gonna sit on our left hip, both knees are bent a lot. My right leg is behind my left foot, okay? From here, we are going to start with the leg swivel. So the knee stays bent. We are going to float the arms out or up, you choose. Hover the right shin, knee, and foot off the floor. And then we're gonna swivel forward. Hip touches down. Swivel back. So really think about that ball and socket joint. So it's not just the leg flailing about. We are keeping it on a short lever. That means the knee stays bent. Keeping it on a short lever. Swiveling back and swiveling forward. Always an option to lower the arms a bit. Always an option to touch the floor as needed. Let's do 3 more here. We'll go into that side arc. 2 sitting bones come down every time the legs come forward. Really feel your sitting bones sitting directly onto your mat. Sit as upright as you can. Hold this next one back. Holding it back. We're going to arc over 4 times. Arc and come back. Try not to let that right foot drop. Arc over and come back. 2 more. Arcing. Isometric challenge through that right hip. I know you feel that working. I sure do. Bring it back to center. Leg floats down. Now we're going to go into the mermaid jump. We do this on the jump board in class. Inhale as you rise. Exhale, both elbows come down. As little push from the arms as we can get. We're using the core to raise. Inhale up. Exhale as you lower down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Rotating via the ribs, the arms are an accessory. If it's aggressive, you can take your hands here rather than your forearms. So do what works for you today. Inhale to rise. Exhale to lower. Find lots of lift. Thinking about the ribs coming up off the pelvis as they rotate. Let's get that Wunda twist done in 3. This is 2. And last one. Arms come down. Nice work, you guys. How you feeling? We're about halfway through, so it's downhill from here. Hands come wide on your mat. Step your feet back 4 inches apart, parallel into a plank. Left foot comes in front of the right, pelvis swivels. Here we go, starting with the baby ones. Little tiny up and back. Little tiny up and back. So it's small this side, small to start with. Lots of length. That left side's going to want to shorten. Keep lots of length on the left side. Swivel up and back. Last 2, then we're going full range of movement, Wunda twist. Last one. Okay, keep going. All the way up. Swivel the hips towards the mat. Unwind, swivel the hips towards the side wall. Inhale, come up. Exhale, unwind. Lots of length in the body, lots of breath. Thinking about now the left inner thigh spiraling forward as you come up, and the right inner thigh spirals back. On this one, everyone focus on that. Focus, focus. Left inner thigh spirals forward, right inner thigh spirals back. Do you feel the deep low belly catch? You want to feel that trigger every time. Last 2. This is our last one. And bring both knees down. All right, guys, let's go into a roll up, and we're going to do it with a little rotation. I love these really shallow. So you can choose, depending on how your low back feels today, you can have your knees bent, or if it feels good for your body, you can have your legs long. We're going to float the arms up and overhead. If you need your hands under your neck, that's fine too. As if you have a beach towel under your body, we're going to slide that beach towel behind you, lengthening and lifting on an inhale, shallow curl. Notice there's still space between the floor and my low back. And set it back down. Let's add the rotation. Inhale, rise, and peel the right shoulder blade up. Exhale, down through center. Inhale, rise. Exhale, down through center. Inhale, rotate, peeling the right shoulder blade up. Exhale through center. With control. Last 2. Everyone's going to put their hands underneath the base of the skull on this last one. Hold. Hands go underneath the base of the skull. Think about tractioning your spine to pick your head and shoulders back up off the mat. Right knee bends to a tabletop position. Left leg floats up, or if that's aggressive, put it down at any time. Right knee does not change its bend. Moving from the right hip, we're going to lower down, tap the floor, and bring it up. Lower down, tap the floor, and bring it up. 3 more here. Thinking about length on the front body. This is last 2. Last one. Bring it up. 2 legs long in the air. Left leg bends, tabletop. Here we go. From the hip, tap it down and bring it up. Tap it down and bring it up. Keep working. If it's aggressive on your low back, bring the right foot to the floor like I just showed you. So that knee is bent and the right foot is on the floor. Here we go. This is the last one. And bring it all the way down. Nice, you guys. Let's go into some scissors while we're here. So you can keep your head all the way down, or you can keep your head lifted with the support of your hands. Float the right leg up to the sky. Float the left leg up to the sky. Swivel into a soft turn out. Heels are touching, toes are turned out. Think about the kneecaps absorbing into quadriceps, and then we're gonna scissor. Right leg goes long. Come on up. Left leg goes long. Come on up. So you can do this at your own pace. What you can choose to do is pick up the pace so that the legs are changing in mid-air rather than meeting at the top. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, keep the low back long. 2, and 1. Hold the legs into tabletop with control. Return them down. All right, guys, let's go swimming. We're going to lay on our bellies, heads down on the mat. I'm going to show you real quick what this looks like, but then I need to keep my head up so you can hear me, okay? So we have our body long on our mat, tops and feet are flat. You're going to take your hands like this, in a little diamond onto your mat, and that's where your forehead goes. So that's where we're gonna put our forehead. You can also stack your hands if you'd like to. Feels good already, doesn't it? Get ready to work. Okay, so your head stays down once you see what we're up to. We're gonna reach the tailbone long. Your pubic bone should feel heavy in the mat, and you should feel the skin of your abdominals lift off the mat. It might touch, that's fine, but we don't wanna just kind of rest and collapse, okay? So what you're going to do is keep your head down, keep your low back long. Really think about the tailbone reaching way behind you. Feet are in first position again, heels touching, toes turned out. From here, guys, arms can come long or stay where they are, and we are going to float the right arm up and the left leg long. So the arms are optional. Left arm up, right leg long. Your abs should not be resting in that mat. This is really deep activation through the back line of the body. Think about the abs picking up, psoas, suspenders drawing up to drive the tailbone long behind you. Think about the kneecap absorbing into the quadriceps as you lift. Your tailbone is long, your pubic bone is heavy in the floor. Let's go ahead and pick up the pace. Now we're passing the arms and legs in air, or just the legs. It can be just the legs also. 6, tailbone is long. Protect that low back. Get the abs engaged. Last 2. And bring it all the way down. Good, you guys. All right, let's go into a downhill ski with a froggy in the middle. So we do this on the front of our machine and on the Wunda Chair too. So let's do it on the mat today, because we can. Hands come wide on the mat. We are going to start in a little first position. So my feet are like this. Heels and toes are touching. Or heels are touching, toes are turned out rather. On the exhale, we are going to shift our weight back. Knees go wide like a little froggy. Inhale, bring it forward. Feet come parallel. Exhale, my knees come to the left. Inhale through center, change your feet froggy. Back. Inhale, lump. Exhale, now my knees went to the other side. Keep working. I'm going to change my position to show you the legs. You keep working. All right, guys, so it's looking like this. We're froggy through the middle, back to close parallel legs, and then the knees come to one side. We switch the feet, froggy through the middle, legs come together, and we do the little downhill ski on the other side. So work at your own pace. Working through the deep abs. Next time you're in equaled out, so you've done left and right equally, meet me in your froggy and keep going through the middle. Middle only, froggy only through the middle. Stop going side to side, just your froggy. Glue those heels together, collarbones are wide. Your heart is between the shoulder blades. Knees are coming towards your elbows, not your wrists. So try not to let the knees drop. Hold the next one back in your froggy. Hold and breathe. Elbows melt to the floor and come back up. Nothing else changes. Elbows melt towards the floor and bring it back up. 2 more. Elbows melt to the floor. Come back up. Last one. Elbows melt and knees come down. Nice job, you guys. All right, let's go into a roll down. We're going to have our legs in an L-shaped seated position. Arms come long. We're going to keep the feet in close parallel here. Just a nice classic roll down. Plug the arms into the middle back. Lengthen with the flat back. Roll the tailbone under you. Roll the low back. Roll the middle back. I'm about to come off my mat. Scooch if you need to. Roll the middle back. Roll the upper back. Back of the head touches down. Pick it up. Inhale as you float up. Deeply curling under the ribs to rise. All the way at the top, extra cardio challenge. Arms come up. Lower them back down. Lengthen. Tailbone glides under you. Low back. Middle back. Upper back. Really articulating. I like to float the arms above, lubricating the shoulders. Bring it back up, lengthening as we raise. Find lots of length and lift. Sitting tall at the top. Arms come long. Lean. Tailbone glides under. Just a few more here. Lowering down. Arms come long. Lengthening up. Lifting on an inhale. Exhaling to rise all the way up. Last one, arms come up. Arms come to chest. Plug into the middle back. Lengthen. Tailbone glides under you. Low back. Middle back. Upper back. Arms come alongside. Inhale. Exhale, floating up. Holding about halfway. Hold and breathe. 1 inch down and 1 inch up. 1 inch down and 1 inch up. 1 inch down, lengthening with lift for 3. This is 2. And this is the last one, all the way up. All right, guys, we've done that archetypal posture on either side. Let's finish today with a nice challenge, doing that squat through the middle, both sides. So here we go. You're going to take your feet wider than your shoulders in the turned out position, okay? And we're going to go as low as you can. So if you're in studio with me or with any of the fabulous educators on our team, who I'm missing like crazy right now, we're going to go low, like you might in a moonbox squat. I like to provide a little stability for myself with my elbows inside of my inner thighs. So they're inside of the knee, just above the knee joint. Feet are flat, and your back is as upright as possible. So if you allow your body to kind of get, it's also a little bit of a stretch, yeah? Go as low as you can. So if your body is like this today, that works for me. Do the lowest squat you can achieve. Right? Hold and breathe for 6. We're going to stretch. In 5, 4, 3, 2, with control, inhale, rising all the way up. Amazing job, you guys. Let's go into a hip opening stretch. So visually, you're going to say, oh, pigeon stretch. I know that. I do that in yoga. But I'd like you to listen to how we approach it at Wunda Bar and see if you can't get a little deeper stretch out of this pose, okay? So what we're going to do is bend our right leg. My shin is towards the front of the mat. I don't care if it's parallel or not. Do what you can. My shin is not parallel. Hands are in front of you. And before you just collapse to the floor, let's stay in this pose first for a moment. Thinking about the front side of the left hip. Now straight away, you might be kind of pressing down and thinking about stretching the front side of that hip. Oh, my hip flexors are tight. Well, guess what, my friends? You're gonna get more if you focus your energy here. Sink into the right hip a little more heavily and visualize, even close your eyes if you need to, visualize releasing the front side of your left hip, not stretching it, release. And you'll feel your body really connect to that stretch, to that elongation, instead of to a forced tug, okay? Take a breath here. Inhale as we breathe. Exhale, send it out. We're gonna take the right arm over for a side bend. I'm at a little bit of a diagonal side bend here. Right arm goes down. Take a nice deep breath here. I'm gonna rotate the torso. Right arm is behind my hips. Shoulders have turned to the side. I'm continuing to think about releasing the left hip and releasing to sink deeper into the right hip. Slowly come on up. We're gonna go into a downward facing dog. Hands come wide on the mat. Feet are 4 inches apart parallel. Sinking back into your best downward facing dog. Stretching through the back side of the body. Nice deep breath here, inhaling, sending the head long in line with the spine. I'm gonna layer one more in here for the low back. In my own body, being at home so much, I started to feel stiff and tight. Even though I'm doing lots of movement, it's still just a lot less than normal. So we're gonna lay on our back, and we're gonna just draw our knees towards our chest. My hands are interlaced around the shins. And you can just kind of circle like you're stirring a pot. It doesn't have to be a great big range of movement. It's really just allowing that low back to release, this change direction. You can do this at any time during the day. Maybe you wake up and you're feeling a little bit stiff. Try this. Good, let's go into that hip opening stretch on the other side. So now we're gonna take the left hip onto the mat, or hovering over the mat rather. Left shin is bent, right leg reaches long behind you. Try not to fold forward. Resist the temptation to just collapse forward. The idea, guys, is again to sink into the left hip, that's the bent leg, and think about opening or releasing the front side of the right hip, the hip flexors, because we don't want to think about tugging or forcing a stretch, okay? Nice deep breath here, allow for a little more release. Left arm comes over, take a nice deep breath. Unwind, left hand comes behind your hip. Take a nice deep breath here. Unwind. Let's go into one final pose. We're going to go into a happy baby. I like to do this with feet and straps, but we're going to do what we can do today even without our feet and straps. So we're going to have our body on our mat, lay on your back, and you're going to choose what you're going to hold on to. I like to hold on to the insides of my feet. My knees are bent a lot. If that's aggressive for you, hold on to the back sides of your thighs. You can also choose the outside of your feet. So you can choose what you like. We're simply going to allow for a deep hip stretch. We're going to rock side to side. You're rocking. Just feel the release in the hips. Take a nice deep breath here. When you're ready, release your hands with control. Set the feet all the way to the floor. Roll to the side and come on up. Well done, you guys. We did it again because we can. I'll see you next time. Thanks for being here. Happy Sunday.